Okay, we're back. Today is day 3.5. Now, I'm sure you're asking me, hey, wait, why is it 3.5? Shouldn't it be day 4? That doesn't make sense. And you would be right. The problem is I had a few real life issues that I had to deal with, so I wasn't able to get as far as I liked. I think you saw in earlier videos that I wanted to be Adventure Rank 25 by now, get through the Albedo main quest so that way I can get that Cinnabar Spindle. Also, get through the Spiral Abyss because I need to do that so that way I can actually do the Albedo quest line. And that didn't quite happen. So I ended up just kind of having a regular Genshin day. So I thought this would be a good video for you just to see what you should try to do at least every day. Like sometimes, life happens and you just don't have time to, play for 3 or 4 hours. But here's a few things that you kind of want to make sure that you take care of. So as you see, since this is a brand new account, I'm, doing some of the little treasure chests. I got the little Sealy that I'm following so that way I can, unlock the special secret treasure chest. That of course gets you adventure rank experience, and like I said, I want to get to adventure rank 25, so me getting more experience is great. There's also, little rock piles or rubble or other Sealies that you can look around for. So when the game starts, pretty much just, look in various places. If you ever played Zelda Breath of the Wild, it's kind of like that. You're just all around you. There's things that you can attack, hit, do, and you can just get treasure chests. And every treasure chest you find levels up your character, and the higher adventure rank you get, the more rewards you get. So it's definitely good to do that. Okay, so right here you'll see me accessing the battle pass. I'm doing it here pretty quickly, but you'll see later on through the video where I access it quite a bit, because I always want to kind of just know that where I'm going, because there's things that you have to do daily and there's things that you have to do weekly. So knowing where you're at, it's very good. Now, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do for my characters, get talent books or level them up by attacking some of these plant monsters and that cube that you saw in the previous video. So pretty much your best option when you don't really know what to do is just to do the ley lines that you see me doing here and do the money ones, because like I said in previous videos, you always need money. And then as you see, there's a box right here, so I'm going to go ahead and get that free experience. Definitely want your free experience. I'm going to go across the river over here once I get my reward from my ley line, because you can forget, so just killing the monsters doesn't automatically give it to you. You have to go there and accept it. That's also a trick that I mentioned earlier, where it's if you're doing the battle pass and it says, hey, you need to get 20 ley lines, you don't have to accept them. You can just leave them there and they'll stay there, and you can, and once everything's unlocked on the map, there's 6 of them, so you can pretty much just go do all 6 of them, the money and the experience ley lines, and leave them there, and that counts for 6 that you did for the day. And then the next day they'll reset and you can just do them again. Now what you see here is I'm doing the commissions. Earlier when you notice the map, there was a purple dot that shows where the commissions are. You can also open up your book and it can give you a location where they're at, or you can just scroll through the map and just look for the purple dots. That's essentially where the commissions are. You have 4 commissions a day, and you definitely want to do those. Those are your biggest source of experience, besides maybe just, draining your resin. Again, how I'm trying to drain my resin is by me doing those money ley lines. Since I don't really know what I want to do specifically, because it's a finite resource, I chose to just do the money ley lines. But you need resin to attack the bosses and get the materials from them. You need resin to go to the talent domains, and you pretty much need resin for most of the stuff in this game. So you don't want your resin to be capped, and by capped I mean you'll have 160 resin. If you go to the map, it'll show you how much resin you have. Like right there, you see that I have 36 out of 160, so I used up my resin because I went ahead and did all those money ley lines. Now I'm just kind of going through and trying to get more, trying to head towards a commission again. But like right here, as I'm approaching, I saw a box, and that's a big box right there. That's an exquisite chest, what we call. So that'll get you pretty much the most experience that you can get. Something else to know about the resin system is that how it works is every 8 minutes you get 1 resin, and it's capped at 160. So usually how I start out my day, I'll look at my map and I'll see like, oh, how much resin do I got, and then I'll kind of be like, oh, I'm 20 more resin until I get capped. You know, I'll times that by 8, and then I'll be like, you know, divide it by 60, and that'll tell me like, oh, I'm going to cap resin here in the next 3 hours or something like that. So I need to do something because I got other things that I have to do today. Because resin is pretty much how you level up, get resources and everything. So when it caps, it hurts pretty badly, especially if you kind of forget about it. So I always try to make sure that my resin's not capped. Also, if you notice, like right there a second ago, I used party setup. Now, party setup is pretty helpful. I think I mentioned earlier about how you kind of want like amber and stuff like that. You can set up various parties to do certain things. Like you kind of have like an explorer party, so it's just like, okay, you have like one set over there that's just like amber, maybe like Lisa, and other people that are helpful in just certain situations. Whereas, you know, I have my team right here that's like my main fighter team, so they're just always kind of out to fighting. But if I need to like switch and shoot a fire arrow thing or shoot some exploding boxes, I can just switch over to my party setup. Now what I did, I switched around the location of Kaya and Rosaria, because like I had Rosaria be like my top trigger button, because it was just much easier to use, and she's just a really fast character who can just like get behind enemies and stuff, instead of like have Kaya. It's like, it's a lot easier to press up and down instead of being like to the right and left on your controller. So you can change the positions where they're located into the party on the party setup. Right here, I'm just kind of going to another commission, trying to knock out my commissions today. If you see right there, it's just like, all I have to do is just destroy the heliotrope towers. It even points to where they're at. So these monsters and stuff, I don't have to kill them all. I could just like leave them there, and I could just, you know, go get the tower, destroy it, and just be done with this commission. Like at the beginning, it's not too bad to just go ahead and just, you know, kill the monsters, because you're gonna need a lot of their materials to like level up your characters. But like when it gets later on, it really just kind of depends how you feel, because it's kind of just a waste of time. Like those types of monsters, they're a dime a dozen, so you can easily get materials off of them. But when you're trying to level up a lot of characters, and when you're trying to level up a lot of characters, it does hurt to try to find those characters and look around. You'd rather just have that material. So I just suggest just kill pretty much mostly everything that you see, instead of just try to avoid them. But don't waste all your time, because again, you know, resin, getting that down and doing your commissions is the most important thing that you want to do today. So it's between I'm going around killing monsters, or getting my resin drained and doing my commissions. Definitely do resin drain and commissions first. You saw earlier there that I ended up using party setup again, so that way I could switch over to Lisa. Now I'm going back into party setup, so that way I can put Jean back into my party. So you can see how it's such a helpful feature. I think I'm about to go into party setup again and actually get Amber. See, I switched over to another team that has Amber in it already, so that way I didn't have to, like, you know, keep switching characters out of my current party. It's a nice thing to do. Technically, last time I could have just switched over to Lisa, but sometimes you might just want to put it in there real quick, so that way, you know, just in case if you get into a fight real quickly, you have some of your fighter people ready to handle that issue. Also, too, you got another chance to look at the battle pass there. Like you saw that I just quickly looked at it just to see what's coming up and what else do I need to do for the day. But that's essentially the main things you want to do when you're just trying to like quickly play the game and you don't have a lot of time to like progress through the storyline. You want to like at least make sure that one, make sure that your resin's drained. Two, you do your commissions, and you also talk to her because like once you do your commissions, she gives you a reward for doing the commissions, which gives you a lot of experience. And then after that, you can just try to play the next day when you have a lot more time and progress the story, because that gets you really far in the game. So make sure that you do those two things every day. Also, if you notice here, you get another chance to see it again, but look out for the blue dots, blue exclamation marks above people's heads. Those are like extra quests that you can do that'll give you experience. So when you're trying to level, you generally want to try to knock out all those, because sometimes once you get through the story, you have nothing else to do, so you have to do these side quests. You saw right there, that was like a little flower quest. One of the reasons why you noticed where I just ended up, you know, getting plants and everything, picking all that up, where that girl, she wanted me like, hey, can you go pick up this plant, and can you go pick up that other plant? Since I've already been picking up plants since I've been playing the game, I just got to talk to her again, and then it was like, here you go, and she's like, thanks, and then she just gave me like free experience by me just skipping through the dialogue. This quest right here is like a lore quest where it's like trying to test how much you've been paying attention to the game. If you fail this quest right here, it doesn't matter. You still get experience and you still get rewards. It's just like a little thing to try to make you pay attention, but you really don't need to. But if you ever wanted to complete this quest and know the answers to it, feel free to just look and see how I answer these questions, so that way you can complete this quest correctly in the future. Well, that's gonna do it all for me today, guys. Remember, again, I appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and also hit that bell icon. But I'll see you guys later. Have a nice day.